They're considered to be the tip of the spear when it comes to national defense, but the Navy's carrier strike groups may prove to be no match for sequestration. 10-year side military reporter Art Kohn joins us now. And Art, the Secretary is talking about mothballing some of the carriers.
Yeah, how about that, Ann? Reducing the number of carrier strike groups is part of a worst-case scenario laid out by Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel if Congress doesn't agree on a budget and stop sequestration. This plan is just one option being considered by the DoD to reduce its budget by $500 billion over the next 10 years as mandated by sequestration. It's also part of a larger plan that could threaten the United States' position as the world's preeminent superpower. The plan discussed on Wednesday would force the Navy to mothball up to 3 aircraft carriers.
To me, it's a clarion call for replacing sequester with another way of reducing spending.
Reducing the number of carrier strike groups from 11 to 8 or even 9 would mean the Navy would have to shrink that part of the fleet to its lowest number since World War II, at a time when the Navy has already reduced its presence in the Arabian Gulf region from 2 carriers to 1. Would the Navy be able to meet its global operational requirements with less than 10?
Art, it cannot meet its operational requirements right now.
During a break in the House Armed Services Committee meeting in Washington this afternoon, 4th District Congressman Randy Forbes, who chairs the House Subcommittee on Sea Power, told me that in 2007, the Navy was meeting 90% of the combatant commanders' requirements across the globe. He says in the last 2 years, budget cuts, even before sequestration, have limited the Navy to meeting just over half of its operational requirements.
If these go through and they cut these carrier groups back, we will be far below even 50% of our co-commanders' requirements, which is a dangerous position for us to be in across the globe.
Currently, Congress requires the Navy to maintain 11 carriers, although with the Enterprise recently inactivated and the Ford still under construction, the number has been reduced to 10.
A lot of thought, a lot of study, a lot of deliberation went into that. I think it would be very foolish for us to go to a lower number without thinking that through.
Now, the options to reduce defense spending also include a plan to reduce staffing at military headquarters by 20% over the next 4 years, beginning in fiscal year 2014. Hampton Roads is home to a number of headquarters, and in our next half hour, I'll have more on how that could affect the region and our workforce. Art Kohn, 10 on your side.